Hello, my fellow YouTubers and fellow agents. I'm your host, KizBudget Gamer, and welcome to another video about the Division 2. As always, I thank you for stopping by and possibly pointing and laughing at my choices for the top 10 worst gear sets that Division 2 devs have even thought of. So, let's get started. At number 10, you have your Urban Lookout. This set does 10% accuracy, 30% skill damage, and 30% marksman rifle damage. Okay, I can think about it like this. The marksman rifle damage is not too awful bad. Skill duration, meh. But why accuracy? Accuracy does pretty good, but it's one of those sets to where I'm looking at it and saying, why? For this stat. I would go ahead and to avoid this when you get to the end game. Alrighty. You have, at number 9, you have your Aegis, or Aegis, or Agus, or whatever it is that you want to call it. For 2 pieces, it's 70% health. Again, why? I'm looking at this and thinking, who in their right mind would put health on a gear piece besides doing 2 missions that I can think of? 1 countdown and 2 another one where you have to deal with the steam. I would avoid this at just about all costs. For a 3-piece set, it's 15% total armor. That kind of puts it at the meh category, but just barely. But this one really just gets to me. This is a...
What? What the fuck?
Why? Again. For a 4-piece, you get 4% damage resistance for every enemy that is targeting you. Max stack is 8. The bonus is multiplied by 1x, where x is the number of agents in your group. So, 8 times 4 is 36. I guess. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but it's a max stack of 8. But still, 8 times 4 is 36. But why plus 4% damage resistance when you have all the mods that are out there that's well above this? This is a set that I would just absolutely positively avoid. At number 8, you have your Ortiz Exuro set. I think the developers, when they were trying to put sets into the game, they were thinking, let's bring back some of the old-time sets from the OG Division 1 game. It's great. That's wonderful. They've brought back Striker, and they brought back a couple others. This one, however, was another... oh my god. You have your 2-piece set of 20% increased burn duration and 15% skill health. Okay. You have your 3-piece set of 40% burn damage. Alright, cool. But the 4th piece that you put on here puts your turret as a spinning top of 360. And you can stand in the middle of it and not get burned. Big whoop. Why don't you have it to where it is targetable? Like the Firecrest set in Division 1 that just hones in on somebody and makes them go boom. That would be great. But this is just not... I would absolutely, positively avoid this at all costs. We have gear set number 7. Tip of the spear. You have your 2-piece set at 20% signature weapon damage. 3 pieces give you 10% weapon damage. And 4-piece gives the signature weapon kills grant 15% signature weapon damage for 10 seconds and 25% reload speed for the next reload of the weapon. The bonuses don't stack. Automatically regenerate signature weapon ammo every 60 seconds. Unfortunately, nobody uses their signature weapons at all, hardly, except if it's Golden Bullet. Really, I just look at this and say, what? What? Why? Again? Nobody uses signature weapon damage. You would have to put on there 2 pieces in order to get the 3rd piece with Ninja Backpack for just 10% weapon damage. Avoid this one at all costs too. This is just no. I would go bonkers nuts and say, no. So, we have number 6, which is Walker and Harris. Now, this one is subject to interpretation. You have 5% weapon damage, which is pretty good. 5% damage to armor, and then 10% damage to health. That puts that almost at the meh category. With the 5% weapon damage, like I said, it's pretty good. But the 5% damage to armor, by the time that you go ahead and to really hone in on an NPC, the armor's already gone. The damage to health, that's all good still too. So this puts it at almost the meh category. So next we have number 5, which is the Legatus SPA set. Now, I won't be going over any exotics for gear pieces. The only one that would team up very well would be the Centurion Scabbard exotic holster. For 30% swap speed, what? The 70% optimal range, again, if you are using a weapon that is long range, i.e. a marksman rifle, this might help you. And the last piece of the set is 15% weapon damage. Not very good in my opinion. It's one of those sets to where it's very niche. So I would avoid this at all costs as well. The next one, at number 4, would be Palisade Steelworks. Now, that's open to interpretation as well. This set used to be pretty good, with 10% armor on kill, but they changed it to where it's 60% health. Again, why are you running a no armor build just for health? And the skill tier can be gotten by one of your signature weapon talents. I would avoid this as well. So now you have number 3, which is Badger Tough. You have 10% shotgun damage, 5% total armor, and 15% armor on kill. This one is definitely in the meh category. I would look at this and say, okay, do I want to put 3 pieces or 2 pieces and a Ninja Bike backpack for the 15% armor on kill and the 5% total armor? The shotgun damage, that's pretty good. So that's why I'm putting this into the meh category. Judge it as you will. So we have number 2, which is Cavalier. You have your 30% hazard protection, which is really good. You have your 3-piece, 40% weapon repair skills. I apologize. And then your 4-piece, which is a paragraph in and of itself. You have charging. For each second spent out of cover during combat, agents will get 5% reduced incoming skill damage. Max 50%. Why skill damage? You could have said weapon damage, and that would have been absolutely pretty good for a run and gun. Charged. While fully charged, gain immunity to any movement speed debuff and share this with all of the agents. Hazard protection and the incoming skill damage reduction with an ally for 10 seconds. After charge is consumed, charging buff will resume if it's still in combat and out of cover. Big exclamation point. So basically, this is supposed to be a run and gun build. I've seen it in Countdown and wondered, okay, why? It's okay, but this is very niche. Very, very niche. So, do as you will. Again. And the number 1 set to absolutely, positively avoid would be 511 Tactical. You have 30% health, 30% incoming repairs, and 30% hazard protection. I just look at this and say, what? If they would have put 30% armor, that would have been great. That would have been absolutely wonderful. This would make it viable again. It was viable during the early sets of Division 1. Or, sorry, Division 2. But, in my opinion, this is incredibly, incredibly bad. I don't know why they changed it, but just no. Again, avoid this set at all possible costs. So, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. And as always, thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day. And as always, take care. And I will try to catch you next time.
And that's how you get max frames without the max price tag. If this helped your wallet, hit that sub button. I'm Kiz Budget Gamer, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.